Hi folks, it's Kelvin here. We run Coach for Leeds and surrounding areas as well as online coaching. In this little video, I'm going to speak about 4 fundamental layers of run training. The reason I'm doing this subject at the moment, a lot of people are sort of rolling into more race specific work, ready for races in the spring and summertime, and maybe even some people that are racing a bit later in the season that are starting to think about getting on it. Quite often, these people have some huge holes in their training that need filling. And a way to see what those holes are is to visit 4 fundamental layers of training. So the first layer is stress plus recovery equals training growth. And we need to find a balance of those two. And the stress is frequency, intensity, time, and type of exercise. And recovery is hydration, nutrition, and sleep. So we need to check in that there's a balance there to make sure that the stress is right for us. We're giving enough recovery for that stress to manifest itself as fitness further down the line. The second layer is periodization. So over longer periods of time, like 6, 12, 18, 24 months, we're doing different things at different times and making sure that we're not neglecting our weaknesses as runners as well. So some of that's going to be guided by events, some of that's going to be looking at our weaknesses, and then the other stuff is just sort of bridging that gap of what comes in between. The next layer, the third layer, is a progressive overload year on year. So the body needs a reason to adapt, and that reason is the training stress that we apply. So if last year's stress looked very similar to this year and you hadn't changed any other variables like your recovery and your periodization, even if it's a little bit more stress, it's unlikely that the body's going to really respond to that. So we need to look at what we're doing over longer periods of time and making sure that we are applying more stress if we want to improve as runners. And that might not be more volume, it might be more intensity within that volume. And the fourth layer is what I call the 80-20 rule, which is a little bit different to the 80-20 rule that you might have heard of, is that 80% of the time we should be enjoying our training. And then maybe there's that 20% of the time that ranges from it's kind of all right to I really didn't want to get out today. But most of the time we should be enjoying our training. So a quick recap is the first layer is stress plus recovery equals training growth. The second layer is some sort of longer term periodization. The third layer is a progressive overload over longer periods of time. And the fourth layer is 80% of the time we should be enjoying our training. So if you've got any questions, please pop them in the comments below. And for now, happy running!